Hello, welcome to the Mind Zoom session today. Now, today I like to introduce you to a topic that is close to my heart in this session facilitated by the UF Mindfulness program, which is focused on letting go of stress and anxiety. So how can we be mindful in a time that causes us stress and anxiety? Thich Nhat Hanh said that letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If in our heart we still cling to anything like anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot be free. And this is very well said, because often what holds us back is that we attach to something, that we want something, desire something so tightly that we feel it in our body, in our whole being. So we cannot let go. Letting go is one of the most difficult things to do. But letting go is not the same as giving up. There's a distinction. So holding on or attaching to something is to hold on tightly, like with a fist. Letting go is to open up, to be with. Alice Walker said it so nicely, even as I hold you, I'm letting go. And we can do both at the same time. So how do we do that? To give up control, afraid to give up control, to open to what is, open to love, to receive, to accept. The ability to be with what is happening with an open heart and mind. So letting go of what? Of our bank account? Don't want to fully let go of all the money that is in our bank account. What we want to let go of is the attachment to money and our bank account. And we might have lost lots of money in the recent crash of the stock market. Another example is to let go of our partners, different than letting go of the clinging or attachment to your partner. Now in the corona crisis and pandemic, lots of us are bound as to stay home. So we don't want to kick out our partner out of our house or apartment. But what we might consider is to let go of the attachment or overly clinging to our partner, to become and latch on to our partner or friend or spouse. So there's a distinction in terms of letting go and also what it means to detach from something. And let us practice. Our first practice is focused on letting go, and we will work with our breath to let go. So I invite you to sit comfortable in your chair or on a cushion or on a yoga mat. So make yourself comfortable in your seat so that your body is in a comfortable position, upright, your shoulders are relaxed. Your hands might be loosely touching your thighs or knees. Also make sure you sit in a position that is comfortable, where you are not leaning forward or backward. You might wiggle forth and back slightly, and also sideways, to find the sweet spot where you are completely centered. So in this practice, we work with our breath, with the in-breath and out-breath. And every time we breathe out, we let go of our breath. We let completely go of our breath. So this is like birds flying and taking off. This is like a wave letting go. So let us start this practice for about 10 minutes to work with our in-breath and out-breath. Again, breathing out, we let go of our out-breath. Very simple practice. Let's get started. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And continue breathing on your own. Breathing in and breathing out. If you are distracted, just return to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And let go with your out breath. Let go completely. Hmm. I hope you enjoyed this short breathing practice of letting go. And I like to share with you a few more things related to the process of letting go. Related to letting go is three things, three needs. Rick Hansen points them out in his book, Resilience. It's about safety, satisfaction, and connection. The first one, safety, refers to avoiding harm. Satisfaction relates to approaching rewards. And the third one, connection or relationships, deal with attaching to others. But not in the sense of attaching really closely, but really holding them really in a loving, nurturing manner. There are three metaphors that Rick uses. The lizard relates to safety, the mouse to satisfaction, and the monkey to connection. So the inner lizard relates to freezing or fleeing from danger. And lizards are kind of in motion all the time, right? There's a mouse, and mouse looks for cheese, something that is rewarding and is gratifying. There's the monkey, hops around and looks for his or her tribe to feel really connected with others. So when we think of safety, there are also various aspects to consider, because safety means the raw survival. We want to be mentally, emotionally, and physically safe, like a baby feels in the arm of his dad or his mom. Knowing to not need to be in fear, and many of us currently in the COVID-19 crisis, we are fearful of contracting the virus. But we also know that we can take measures to keep us as safe as possible. Staying home and not taking too many risks, washing our hands, looking out for hygiene, right? So that's about safety. And we can be active in the safety realm. But we also need some satisfaction, even staying at home during the corona crisis. by looking for a glass of wine, some enjoyment. And it's different for all of us what is satisfaction really means. For some it's chocolate, for some it's reading a book, for some it might be listening to music, finding some way to feel really full and satisfied to our core. Connection is about relating to others. And we can still do that in one way or another. And even if it is sending a text message or connecting to our loved one via Zoom. But connection is also quite important, even under difficult circumstances. To summarize these needs like safety is met by avoiding really fearful situation and retracting a little from also points that don't feel safe. It's located in our brainstem. Evolutionary, it's related to reptiles. The responsive part is peace. And if we don't have safety, we are living in fear and anxiety. But we can take action also to get us and bring us to as much safety as possible, right? Satisfaction is met by approaching. It's located in our brain in the subcortex. Evolutionary, this is the mammalian, the mammal element. Responsive, it's contentment, and if we don't get satisfaction, we feel frustrated. But again, we can take action to look for satisfaction. What do we need to feel satisfied and nourished? Connection, that's our third need, and it's met by attaching. But again, this attachment is held really lightly. It's not like holding and latching on. On the contrary, it's really an attaching by connecting and relating. In our brain, it's located in the neocortex. Evolutionary, this is related to primates and humans. The response is love. And if we don't get enough connection, we feel hurt. So something is deeply missing, right? So we can practice these three needs by finding our refuge, because life can be hard and difficult, particularly in a pandemic with all the anxiety in our communities, with anxiety about work, about our loved ones. We can find refuge to help us feel protected, nurtured, and also it uplifts us. We all need this refuge. But let us find out, what are your refuge? And refuge can be as simple as pet, or partner, and finding a love and attuning to it. It can be quite simple as a cup of coffee from the kitchen, and cozy sweater and t-shirt that feels good on our skin. Reading a good book, something that we truly enjoy. Connecting to memories. Nurturing memories, or connecting to something that spiritually uplifts us. Our faith, for example, that makes us also feel good inside. So let us start with a practice that relates to taking refuge. And I will guide you through this practice very briefly. So sit comfortable, take your seat, or you might even want to stand up. Um, so take a comfortable position. Then pick something that is a refuge for you, such an image of a beautiful meadow and beautiful flower and memory of a loved one. Something that feels uplifting. Find your refuge. And open to the feelings and sensations that come with this refuge. Get a sense of your refuge and stay with the experience and let it in. You may try naming your refuge. For example, I take refuge in, and fill in the blanks. See how this feels for you. And let this refuge grow inside you. Explore relating to this refuge of yours. Not as over there as a separate thing. No, it's right here. Something that is present in you. You could say to yourself, may I come from? Or may I be uplifted by? So regarded in this way, a refuge can feel like something wholesome, beneficial, that carries you along and that holds you. You may feel gratitude. Sense any feelings that relate to your refuge, like decency, kindness, loving kindness, or simply loving. Let's marinate in your refuge for a few more moments. You can open your eyes if you had them closed. I hope you enjoyed this practice of taking refuge and working with the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath, particularly letting go deeply of the out-breath. And you may repeat these practices because the more we practice, the easier it is to let go and let things arise. This is how we can work with stress and anxiety. So thank you very much for listening and take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.